Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back. As always, huge thanks for the support. I really do appreciate it. So today I'm coming back with Into the Wilds. It's probably going to be the last one of this for a little while at least. And I thought I would start with the whale of a time with the beautiful killer whales and the sea scene, which is beautiful. So let's just pop those out of the way. I've already put foam pads on the back. They're 1mm ones from Hunkydory. So let's bring in the trimmer, and I'm starting with a piece of 300 GSM cardstock. It's just the white one, and I'm going to start by cutting this at 8x6 and then 6, and then this piece here I want 2x6. Okay, so these bits obviously we'll just keep for sentiments, that sort of thing. So while I'm here, I will just do a little bit of the matting and layering. So again, I'm using these 6x6 mirror mats in the gold because the foiling is all gold. And for the back of my card, it needs to be 2 notches under the 6. And then for the front, I need 2 pieces that are going to be 2 notches under 2 inch by 2 notches under 6. So that and that, and yeah, that's that. And then if I bring in the cardstock, so I'm going to cut this down to 4 notches under the 6. And I'm going to cut this piece to 4 notches under the 6. So this is my backdrop. And then this piece I can cut to 4 notches under the 2. And I decided to do it this way so I could really keep more of that bottom piece in. And then from this I need a piece, actually let's turn it around and use the markings on the other side of my board. So again, needs to be 4 notches under the 2. Obviously that's another card. And then 4 notches under the 6. And then we've got our tops and our bottoms. Let's pop that out of the way. So there's 2 ways of doing this style of card. You can do it with some acetate to support, and you can do it without, and it's supposed to be able to stand on its own sort of base, if you know what I mean. So we're going to try it today without the acetate and see how we get on. So I wanted a more open feel. I did sort of think about doing the sort of bowed acetate and that, but because I wanted to use the whales, I kind of didn't want to put them in a tank. You know, this is a sort of sea scene of them in the wild, which is, you know, the best place for these animals to be, or mammals. Okay, so that's how our card is going to go together. So let's start assembling some layers. So we'll do the back first of all. As always, I'm using my Decolarge all-purpose glue and my Decolarge tacky glue in the corners. Just, you know, as I always say, just be careful with the all-purpose with the mirror card because it can just take the shine off. It's just the nature of that glue. And then this piece can go on. Just make sure we've got that tip of that little fishy at the bottom. And again, and there. Just, yeah, that's at the bottom. So I'm trying to work out if it was the right way or not, but it is. So again, just popping that on nice and straight, and then this bit at the top. And hopefully this is going to be quite a nice quick card. And then I might do a card with the panda rather than doing, I mean, you've seen me make a card with the other bit, so I'm not going to do anything amazing with that one today, so I might just do another animal, and then that's 4 that I've done. Okay, so that's on there nice and straight. Okay, and then for this bit what we're going to do, if my glue comes out, is just mat and layer. Should have done the white layer first, never mind, we'll just do it top to bottom. Got a bit of an air bubble in my glue, so it's just causing me a bit of problems at the minute. Either that or my glue needs filling, one or the other. Okay, so there is the base for our card. What I'm going to do is just whip the top off here, so this just wiggles out. It does look like it needs a bit of filling, so let me just bring in my big pot. Just a little bit of a just going to pop some more in just to make it easier. And it's as easy as that to fill these up. And that one goes back on. That's going to be easy. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is bring in the topper. Now when I was putting the stickers on, not the stickers, the foam pads on, I did sort of notice that this die cuts, sometimes it looks like it's a bit close in places, so I'm just going to be super gentle with it. So I am going to save one layer to go on to the other, and then everything else is going on this card. So yeah, it's just tight. So what I'm going to do, just because I know this is going to be, I'm going to need to be gentle with this and maybe use my knife in places, I'm just going to fast forward to where I've got all of these pieces out. Okay, so I've got all of those off, and like I say before, just look out when you're popping these out, because sometimes there will be some landlocked areas in, so it's just a case of taking that out nice and gently. So like I say, it is a little this die cut is a little close in places, so let me just ease it out with my knife. So I've forgotten to check, should have done this when I got them off the board. I think the rest are all fine. Yeah. Okay, so it's just this first piece. So I have saved one layer to go on to the other piece of card, so the actual printed piece of cardstock. So it means that I'm going to be able to make a dimensional card with that, either turning it into a topper or just using it on a card like I've done before. So now it's just a question of getting all of these pads off. A little bit of tacky glue on these pads for a bit of float time, a bit of wiggle time, and then again just lining that up. And on this first layer it's quite easy because you can follow the outside of that edge, so you know, just follow the gold foil. And then we're going in with these. And, I do like the orcas a lot, the killer whales, and I know that apparently some places in Scotland you can see them at certain times of the year, so it is my goal in life to one day be able to go and see them in the wild. I'm not going to be for a while yet, though, definitely. Okay, so then we're just going to pop in on there. Could be her. I don't know how to tell them apart. You really get a lovely bit of dimension with this one as well. Well, all of them, but this one particularly. So the time consuming bit on this is putting the pads on the back and taking them off again. So let's just pop some glue on there. Again, a bit of float time. Turn that around the right way. And pop that on. You can really see how this whale is coming away from the other. Really lovely bit of distance there. What's this one? That one? Oh no, that's that one, isn't it? I watched this thing on Netflix one time called Blackfish, and it's about one of the killer whales over in America. Well, it's really sad really, because he was taken out of the wild as a baby, and the way he was treated, the way he was trained, and sort of because of that he sort of has become, you know, he's killed a couple of trainers. Killed a trainer or two, I think, and nearly killed a couple of others, I think. And people campaigning to try and get him released back to some sort of wild. And there, it's very interesting to watch, although it's quite hard in places. Especially when you've got the keepers that survived him sort of talking about it and things, and eyewitnesses to the one that got killed, and I don't know. We are not good to animals as a race, as a human species, are we really? Alright, so this one goes in this corner here. Well, that's not fair to say that really, because a lot of people are. So we've got this little zebra fish down here, and I'm going to pop these in the background. And these are little dolphins. The background, we've got some coral. I'm going to hold off putting these fishes on, the single fishes on, because what I might do is pop some on that base so that we've got something there, maybe around our sentiment. So let's put those to the side. We've got quite a few to choose from. Okay, so now this needs to come on here, and it's going to join all of that together and hold that together, act as the glue. So what I'm going to do is just a little bit carefully turn that over. And what I'm going to do is just pop some red liner tape at the bottom and the top. We're going to use some tacky glue as well, but I know if I pop this at the bottom of the top, I'm not risking having anything in the middle where I don't want that to be. So I'm just giving that a little bit of a press down, just making sure nothing's moved, and we can take these off. Oops. Oops. No, we've got it. Okay, so what I'm going to do, just a good bit of tacky glue. And if I pop this in place on there, and I can just make sure I haven't got any glue where I don't want it to be, and I think I should be okay. What I'm going to do is just hold that in place and pop that onto there. We'll give it a good press down, and then hopefully that should all open as one, and it does. Okay, so that's secure on there. So now we need to look at sentiments. So we've got a couple of choices. So I've got with love to you both, have a whale of a time, you fill my heart with joy and my world with colour. And then on here we have many happy returns. So we haven't got a huge space, so I'm thinking probably to go with one of the smaller ones, maybe this one, to you both, since we've got the two whales. I think probably up there. Don't think I want to go behind, that's going to get lost down there. So I'm going to do this up high at the top. Bring in Crafter's Companion pad. So these are the 5mm ones, I believe. So just going to have to cut those in half because they're a little bit wide. A bit of tacky glue again. Glue on my thumb. Let's turn this around the right way. Go there. And then let's bring in these little fishies. So we've got a zebrafish, a couple of zebrafish. We've got our stingray. I think I'll put the stingray where it's supposed to be. So let's pop this one where it's supposed to be. Oops. There goes the lid. And got that one. And then these ones I'm going to come off the topper. We can have them go in all different directions. And if you wanted any more, you could always steal them from the other decoupage. There. I think they probably, as a fish type, would stick to the shallot, the bottom pieces really, because they like to hide, don't they? But let's just imagine that they would like to have a little swim further up. The last thing I want to do, I do want to add a couple of gems, and the best gems for this I think is going to be these clear ones. They are self-adhesive, but I am going to put just a little bit of glue on just to help them. And let's bring in my tweezers. and I don't want these to be in a straight line, although I have put my glue in a straight line. I am going to manipulate that back a little bit, because what I want them to look like is kind of like bubbles coming up from the bottom. So this side I'll go a little wider. Oops. 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And again, just coming in with these teeny tiny ones. And this glue will dry clear, of course, so. I'm going to put another 2 more on this side. Obviously you can do as much or as little as you like with these. So. There we go. So that is that one. Okay, so for obviously let that dry. If you wanted to add any glitters, you could do. I think, you know, particularly in the waves and that, where you've got that little sparkle of the sun hitting it, would definitely look nice. For an insert, it would have to be the back, unless you didn't do this bit and then just put the insert there. Like I say, if you want extra support, you can use your acetate, but I kind of wanted it to be like an ocean, an open ocean. So that's that one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just get cleared down and we'll just do another one. Okay, so for card number 2, I've cut myself a 7x7 card blank, so I've got a bit larger, and then I've scored at 3.5 and 7 to make that fold back, like so. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my trimmer, and I've decided this time not to use gold as my backing. I'm going to use this lovely Matastic green. So I need this to be 2 notches under the 7 for this back piece. So obviously we'll be saving those pieces for borders and things. And then for the front piece, it needs to be 3.5 minus 2 notches, and then 2 notches under the 7. And then that one should fit onto there quite nicely, and it does. And then if I bring in the backing card for the panda, which is what I'm going to be using on this next one. So for a back piece here, I need a piece that's 4 notches under the 7. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 notches under the 7. And then that pink and that green should really pick up each other. So that's nice. And then rather than using this bit, what I've decided to do is bring in, I've got the foiled Matastic with this pink. So it's got these little hearts on which are gold foiled. So I'm going to use that. So I just need to cut a piece that's 3.25. So that's 4 notches under the 3.5. And then 4 notches under the 7. And you're not going to see a lot of this anyway, because I am going to put the topper on, so it's just going to be a little accent behind, and it is a huge topper on this one. So if I bring the topper in and pop that out, you'll see it's very nearly 6 inches, I believe, which is why I just didn't want to put it on a 6x6 card. So that's going to take pretty much most of that away. Okay, so let's do a little bit of assembling. So again, with my all-purpose glue, tack sticky in the corners. Oops. I'm going to pop that down. And this Mactastic card is my favourite thing at the moment. It's quite new, a new pack, so I only got it the other week, so it came with the same day that I got this, so it's very new. I am liking it a lot. Okay, so that's going onto there. And then what I'll do is just give that a good burnish down again. Just make sure that's in position. And then we're going to come with this one. If I'd had one of these with leaves on, I think that probably would have gone better, to be honest, but like I say, most of this is going to be covered up by this panda anyway, so you're only going to see a little hint of it. I actually just pick up these dusky colours quite well, so that's where we're at the moment. And then this one is going to come across more on this left hand side, so I'm going to go ahead with some tacky glue on this one. If you wanted to raise this up a little, you could do. Actually, I could get away with a bit of glue. There we go. Want that to be a little bit straight, so let's just check. Yep, that's good. Okay, let's pop that out of the way. Okay, so what I'm going to do is pop these out. So what I will say is this one seemed to be the hardest for putting pads on, because there's lots of little tiny bits. Okay, what I'm going to do is just pop that to the side, and I'm just going to take some of these layers out. I'm not using them all again, but I'll come back when I've got them all out, and what I'll do as well is just peel the backs off to speed things up as well. Okay, so let's start laying this. So I've taken all the backs off of the panda bits and some of the greenery, but I've left some of the greenery with the pads covered at the moment, because I'm thinking that I might like to disguise this area a little bit with some of the flowers. So I'm going to see what they look like. I did do a kind of practice-y run with them and they looked good, but I need to just decide how I want them to go on there. So again, these are 1mm foam pads. I did leave the second layer for my for the other piece of cardstock. So I'm just going to match those up. Yep. Just going in that corner there. And again, I'm just using the tacky glue just to give me a bit of float time. Cute ear. And you'll have to, I'm assuming everybody's decoupage is the same, but mine was quite hard to get out in places because of the fineness of the detail, so just go steady when you are taking these out. It's going in there. I've got another flower which is that's this one at the top. Okay, and then we've got a leaf. This one's quite a dark leaf. Oh, I think it's there on that edge. And then what's this piece here? Oh, this is his nose. There's his cute little nose. There he goes. Okay. So we've got all of these bits and they've all got a little bit of a straight edge on. Just turn it around this way so I can see what it looks like. So let's pop the big pieces on first of all. What I might have to do is double pad some of these so that they go a little higher than the others. Oh, I want that one. So I've got more than I need, I think. So I think what I'm going to do is pop this one where it should be. And there. So we can figure out levels and things as we go along. It's probably going to have to be a bit higher than some of the others. It's going to have to go underneath. It's going to have to go underneath. Maybe to put a couple over here to sort of balance it out a little bit. No, I want them over there. I do want them over here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is pop that one on because we know we want that one at the top. It's going to be hard to get these backs off because they're all teeny tiny ones, but bear with me. So we can have that one there. Got a little fruit fly in here. Don't know why, because there's no fruit in here. Okay, so let's just pop one along there. go with this long one next. And then this one. Then we've got going over, that one's going over. I think I might leave that one back on there. So this is the sort of time consuming bit, so sorry about this. Nearly there. And then this one, oh, little one stuck there, let's take that. If I pick it up, move that down a little, and pop that one in, and then this one here, I'm just going to grab another 1mm foam pad, put that on there, and a little more, maybe not. Let's just cut a little down, put that across to there. Just cover up these gaps. Like so. And then do the same with this one, so let's remember to pop that one on. Just double pad this as well. Oops. Just try and drop this one in half. And just take the backs off, and it looks a bit messy on the back, but nobody's going to see them. I'm going to cover those up like that. So it's bringing that right into that picture. This one I'm just going to leave it as it is and just pop it on the other side where it belongs anyway, because we don't need it. Okay, so let's just pop those pads out of the way. So last and not least is the sentiment. So I've got a happy birthday circle, and on here we've got a couple of these little bits. I might pop that one out. We've got Sent with Love, a little panda, so I think I'm just going to go, or there's the Wild About You, but I think that's too big, so I'm going to go with my happy birthday. Again, I'm going to use these Crafter's Companion one 5mm. Nice big squares. Right, and then this one I think I'm just going to have a flat just as a little decoration, something in that corner just to tie those together. Okay, I could have put one in that side as well, but I didn't. And then last, very much last but not least, some little green gems. And I'm going to go on this side only. There we go, and we'll go with these smaller ones. And these are the glittery, I think they came in a Christmas collection, these. But it was last year, so I think Mum ordered like a massive pack of Christmas ones. I never used any, so I've got the benefit of them. Okay, so let's just get that straight. Okay, so then when that sits on a shelf, that's going like so. Okay, hard to show that on the camera. Okay, but obviously as usual I will take pictures and pop them on my Pinterest. And then just bring back in that first one. This one is my favourite today, I have to say. I'm not quite sure why. I'm happy with it. It's a nice card. Okay, so the camera just cut out there, so I'm not quite sure. But I know it was because of the battery, because I put a different battery in, and obviously it must not have been quite as full as I thought it was. So I'm hoping you haven't missed anything. All I've done on this one now is just added that decoupage onto there. I know it was working when I did that, and added some gems on. So that's it for today, and for this Into the Wild Decolarge collection. So next week, all of next week, I'm going to be doing the free gift, the members free gift, that one. I can't remember the name of it, and it's too far away of me for me to grab. But it's sort of the heraldic one, the sort of stag and the lion. Beautiful, beautiful artwork. So I'll be having a play with that all week. So give you a few ideas on how to what you can do with it. Okay, but that's it. So thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the last bit of your weekend. Happy crafting. Bye.